Hey guys, my name is Confident. Welcome to the 24-minute lesson excerpt where I will be sharing with you some ideas, some methods, some strategies or concepts that you can incorporate as you prepare for your final exams, be it you're studying for your mathematics N1, your N2 or your N3. Now, if these videos are handy and you are benefiting from them, you can actually press the like button, or if you've got some ideas, you can leave some comments below. If you also like to be notified of extra videos every time we post them, you can subscribe to our channel and then you'll get some notification every time there are new videos. And also, if you are interested in some of our resources, be it textbooks and some videos, you can check this at the end of this video. We will send you some information. Now let's check this concept out. Being able to expand and simplify is one of the skill that you need to definitely know as you prepare for your final exams for your mathematics N1, because you will be tested for your expanding and simplifying. Now I have given you an example here whereby it says simplify the following, and this question was taken from a previous question paper. Now how are you supposed to approach such a problem? Now in this case it says simplify, and the topic, as you see, it says expand, and then it's expanding and simplifying. So you can see that first you have to expand and then you have to simplify. So you've got two sections of this part of this question. You have got the first section, which is that part, and you have got the second section part, which is from this negative to that. So I'll call this one the first part and I'll call this one number 2. Now let us start by dealing with number 1 so that you can see how this was supposed to be. Now number 1 says 2x plus 2 squared. Now this, if you see a squared there, is the same as saying 2, because there are 2 of them. It's x plus 2, and then also you have got x plus 2. That is basically what it means in that case. I can just give more space. So the square part means you have got 2x plus 2 and x plus 2. Now how do you expand that? Now you start first with the brackets to say the x multiplies that x and the x multiply that x, and then again you go to the 2 with the sign, the 2 multiply the x and the 2 multiply the x. We call that expanding, but for now do not change this 2, leave out the 2 on its own so that you still have, in this case, 2. Now you start with the top one, x times x, it is x squared, and then x times 2 is plus 2x, plus 2x times x, which is 2x, and 2 times 2, which is plus 4 in this case. Remember, you have not yet simplified the 2, so you can still maintain your 2, and then you have got your x squared. Now 2x plus 2x gives you take a calculator for that. Remember, it's like you have got your like terms together, so you add them together, 2x and 2x. So you're saying 2 plus 2 because they are like terms, it's 4, so that you've got plus 4x and then plus 4. Nothing else can add here because x squared cannot add into x, as well as 4x cannot add into 4. So all these, the x squared, the 4x and the 4, they are all separate. You cannot simplify them anyway, so you need to leave it like that. But now you need to continue and expand. Now the 2 will multiply and the 2 will multiply and the 2 will multiply. So this is more like we are further expanding that case. So it is going to become equal to 2 times x squared, it is 2x squared, plus 2 times 4, which is 8x, and then 2 times 4 plus 8. So you can see that this is the first part, which is the number 1 part. Now let's look at the number 2 part. the number 2 part is minus 2x minus 1 and x plus 3. Again, you do what we did in the previous one. You maintain your negative, and for now you put it as a bracket, because the negative is very important to leave it as a bracket like that. Let the 2x multiply that, and let the 2x multiply that. Again, let the minus 1 multiply that, and let the minus 1 multiply that. So what are we going to get? So it's saying 2x times x. Remember, x times x is x squared, but now the 2 becomes 2x squared. So it's 2x times 1x, which is 2x squared. 2x times 3, so 2 times 3 is 6, but you have got the x, remember. Now we are moving on to minus 1. Minus 1 times x, the negative is powerful over the positive, so it becomes negative 1x or negative x. The 1 does not affect anything. And minus 1 times a positive 3. Now, if you're doubting yourself, I'll always encourage you to use a calculator to say minus 1 times a 3. You can see, even if I put a positive there, so the positive will not have a power. It is the negative that has a power. So it is minus 3. When you have done that, again, you continue to say minus. Now, there is always the 2 that you must add. The x and the x belong together. So you have got 2x squared. And then now you have got 6x minus 1x. So if you take a calculator and then by 6x minus 1x, you look at the number, it's 6 minus 1, not which is 5. So you've got plus 5x, and then it's minus 3. There is nothing further you can do to this, because the 2x squared is different from the 5x, and the 5x is different from the minus 3. So this is the best it can become. It cannot be simplified further in terms of adding or subtracting. Now, the next thing that I want you to show is when you have got a negative and you want to open this particular bracket, this particular negative will affect that, because there is a 1 that is hidden there, and this particular negative will affect that, and this negative will affect that. So minus 1 times 2 and minus 1 times 5x and minus 1 times minus 3. But with the negative, there is always a simpler thing to do. If you want to open this bracket, you just interchange what is inside. If there was a positive 2 there, it would be, in this case, minus 2x squared. Now the positive 5 is minus 5x. The negative 3 is plus 3. So it means I have distributed this particular negative. So now what is actually happening in these two, I can now bring my 1 and 2. It will therefore simplify to become, in this case, if you want to check now, I can use maybe a different pen now. It will become, remember I got this one as 2x squared plus 8x plus 8. Then it becomes minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 3. Then again, you go on and collect like terms, because it is still important to, it's not yet done. You can still collect like terms. Look at the powers of x squared, bring them together. You have got 2x squared minus 2x squared. So far so good. And then again, focus on x and focus on x, which is plus 8x minus 5x. These are similar. And then focus on the numbers. You have got the 8 and you have got the 3, which is plus 8 and plus 3. So if you continue, so here you can say 2x squared minus 2x squared. You say 2 minus 2, this becomes a 0. Now 8x minus 5x, you can use your calculator. Don't worry with the x and x, you focus on the numbers, which is 8 minus 5, and it gives you a 3. So you have got, in this case, 3, and then you maintain your x. Now 8 plus 3, which is equal to 11. So therefore, the final answer in this case, if you can simplify that, it is equal to 3x plus 11. Now, what if I told you that you can actually prove to check if your answer is correct or if your answer is wrong? Now, let us look at a simple proof that I sometimes suggest. How can you check whether your answer is correct or wrong? Let's choose the value of x. For example, let's say let x be equal to 5. You can choose any number that you think. You can say let x be equal to 1, can be 10, any number. So if x is 5, what I'm going to do, where there is x, I'm going to put a 5 there. So I'll have equal to 3, therefore put a bracket. Where there is x, remember I'm putting a 5, and then plus 11. Use my calculator. So I've got 3 into 5, and then it's plus 11. You can see that I'm getting a 26. So the answer here, if you can see, my answer here is equal to 26. Now, because I got a 26 here, I'm going to take the same value of x. Remember, x is equal to 5. I bring it all the way to my original here, the first question that I was given. So where there is an x here, I said x is equal to 5. So where there is an x, I'm going to put a 5. Where there is x, I'm going to put a 5. And where there is x, I'm going to put a 5. So now, how will this become? I'm going to take my calculator and I will punch it just as it is. But where there is x, remember I'm putting a 5. So it's 2. So it's 5 plus 2 bracket squared. I hope you're following. Minus, there was a bracket. So it's 2. Now you can, in between there is a times, it's 2x. So I cannot say 25 because it becomes a 25, but you must say 2 times 5, in this case, minus 1. Close the bracket, open the bracket again, and then x plus 3, which is 5 plus 3, and close the bracket. Then you say equal sign. You are getting that answer is equal to 26. So you can see that here I'm getting the 26. If you look at the previous answer that we got when x was 5, we got a 26, and then even here I'm getting a 26. It means my simplifying here, that my final answer is x is equal to 3x plus 11, therefore it is correct. That's how you can actually check that you simplified correctly. So this is a strategy that I want you to use in your final exam. And such a question in an exam, I hope you can guess how many marks it carries. It carries 6 marks, and you can get all your 6 marks if ever you follow this strategy. I hope this was beneficial to you. Thank you. I hope the video that you just watched was of benefit to you. And as I said, if you benefited from the video, you can press the like button, or you can leave us a comment below. And if you want to be notified of these videos, you can always subscribe to our channel. Now, if you want the full curriculum of this mathematics, if you're studying for mathematics N1, N2 or N3, and you want the test book as well as the videos, we have a full curriculum of the mathematics N1, N2, N3, as well as the accompanying videos. We also have videos of the previous question papers, the latest papers that were written in video form. These question papers can assist you as you prepare for your exams. We also have PDF version of the previous question papers that were written since 2014 until now. And if you want them, you can check all the information from our website, and trust me, these will become very handy to you. We sell them at a very discounted prices, and it is worth the try. Thank you.